So, and at least maybe the community will see your face.
Yeah, even just briefly.
Yeah. Yeah, so look like we are going in live. So we are live on YouTube and LinkedIn. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so I think the live has started. Adam, maybe because I know that you need to leave in 2 minutes now. So maybe for the community, because now it's live, if you just would like to introduce yourself and explain, what you are doing or evaluating or thinking about Microcks for your usages.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the time to spend, or I didn't do my scheduling very well, so I don't have time to be here for the whole meeting, unfortunately. But I thought I'd join just to say hi. So my name's Adam. I work at Dojo for the last 2 months so far. And we're looking at adopting Microcks for our mocking needs within Dojo, and sort of I'm championing that at Dojo, and sort of bringing it to the developers here, and showing them how they can use it, supporting them in writing their specs, showing how they can add examples, how it's going to fit into their workflow. It's all new to me as well, so I'm learning just one step ahead of them, and then yeah. I've been adding a few features, or I've added one feature, and I'm hoping to add another feature that will really help us use that a lot at Dojo. We've obviously got an existing stack, so hopefully these features will mean that we can really use the full power of Microcks throughout our different teams.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Adam, for this introduction. And I know that you need to jump on another meeting, but also to share and thanks you for the very nice contribution you have done on Google PubSub, and especially as well the way you have explained it within this blog post. So for the people who are seeing us live or going to see the recording, if you are using Google PubSub, that's big. That's a very strong improvement and enhancement. And thanks, Adam, for that. And I know that you already have some of the ideas, so that's cool. And we'll catch up regarding issues and PR and all the stuff that we can bring all together.
Great.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and enjoy the rest of the meeting. And I'll see you at a future one.
All right. Thanks a lot, Adam,
Cheers.
and happy to see you. And hi, Pratik. Nice to see you here.
Hey, hi, Yasin.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Cool. So I saw your latest issues regarding documentation and so on. So thanks a lot. First of all, let's say thanks a lot for sharing the ideas and especially enhancements, because you have made quite a lot of changes and updates and fixes on the website. So that's really appreciated. And maybe if you want, you can just introduce the latest one you have created, the ID behind it. And I'm sure that that can be of interest for the community. We already replied to one of them because some of his ID and enhancements are very valuable, but maybe sometimes not very easy to, let's say,
Yeah, right.
document in a single doc, especially for deployment purpose, because that's
Hmm.
tricky. Let's say there's so many ways, let's say, to deploy Microcks that it's not that easy from my point of view. But happy to someone is thinking that it's wrong. Happy to discuss about it. So I don't know if you would like to introduce and discuss, some of the issues or ideas that you have in order to improve the documentation, because that's a very, very important point.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you for your support. Whatever contribution I have made in the micros, I think they are thanks to you and Lauren for introducing me to the amazing platform, actually. So, I think it's quite a night here in India. So I joined to discuss about it's about the issues I have created, because when I was scanning the documentation, I feel like upgrading a version is a necessary, because I am contributing to other OSS open source project like Open Telemetry, and when we are switching to the different version, So as a developer, we need to know like what kind of changes, what kind of things got updated before and after. So that's why like it clicked me. Maybe upgradation in documentation is a good point. So then I share it with Laurent, and he said, okay, we can do it actually. Like I have to do it with both of your guidance. Like if you have any point to share with, like how can we uh, make it more effective so that a developer could he easily understand like what he want to do.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. I don't know if you like to share, or I don't know if you're able, by the way, to share your screen or discuss some of the specific issues that we have created. But the overall idea to improve it and describe, versions and so on, something that we have, let's say, on top of our mind with Laurent for quite a while, and
Yeah.
we try to. I don't know if you've seen that with the Linux Foundation mentorship program last year. We have started a community repo dedicated to explaining how to set up Microcks on very specific environment. And maybe that could be as well a good repo for all the stuff which are tightly specific to a way to deploy Microcks or
Mm,
a sort of, and we have one already. I'll check it out right after, but a sort of matrix as well of, what has been tested by us during development cycle, but also by community members regarding which Kubernetes version, which Kubernetes distro, which way to deploy it, which version of MongoDB, and so on and so on. Because it could be, very hard to track. So we have
yeah,
created
right.
matrix, and I think and honestly, today we are lacking some adopters and user contribution on that matrix because it's a very, and that's also a call to action for all of the adopters. I mean, I'll share my screen right after, but it's a nice way to share how you have deployed Microcks on which version and so on, because then you can explain to the others that you made it available
Mm,
and you have been able, let's say, to validate it for your own purpose. And maybe some of us would like to do exactly the same thing, and we're going to win a lot of time.
definitely.
I'll share that. It's something that we need to do better, clearly, but also something I would like to express because that's also important for us as maintainer. We really try to focus as well on Microcks core engine and functionalities. And
Mm,
when adopters are selecting Microcks, we think that they also need to do, let's say, their homework, and especially the way they would like to deploy Microc, especially if it's tightly linked to their organization security policies or any stuff like that, or maybe sometimes some tools that they are using. For example, we have adopters who cannot use the MongoDB version they would like. They need to use a specific version. Yeah, thanks, Laura, for this for sharing your screen on this doc. So that this one is in the Microcks main repo, and I will share right after as well some details on the community repo. I don't know if you'd like to comment on this one, Laurent, or if practically what you think about, let's say, what has been initiated, what is available, and maybe some opportunities to enhance that and make it better.
Yeah, so basically, as you said, there are two different things. There are this one that is called the tested configurations file, and that lives within the main Microcks repository. And this one is updated by the maintainers. So each and every time we are testing new versions, or maybe typically I've installed this week a new Mac, and probably I will have a new version of Minikube, a new version of Kubernetes. Then so I will update this documentation to tell the people it has been tested with this version, it has been developed with this version. Okay, so these are the one we are somehow certifying as it works, it has been tested with. And we have this other matrix here that lives within the community community repo, and that aims to be contributed, that aims to be enriched by community who are testing different stuff, who are, for example, deploying on AWS, deploying on GCP, deploying on Azure, whatever. So the purpose of this one is just to let people, yes, contribute their own configuration and just explain, maybe they have used, for example, MongoDB Cloud Atlas. So they are running MongoDB on Atlas DB, this kind of stuff, or they are using DocumentDB on AWS. You know that some people in the community are deploying using this configuration, but obviously we cannot track everything. So we ask people to do so and to come and contribute to this compatibility metrics.
Is that not answering, but giving you, Pratik, some, let's say, feedback on your ideas and proposition to enhance the doc, or you have some other additional, let's say, ideas that we can all think about?
Maybe one precision, because I think I know what you're talking about, even if I come late, sorry. But yes, Pratik suggests to have some more troubleshooting guides on how to install Microcks in the official documentation. And I think that's good because we just have some few tricks about troubleshooting, but let's say within this official documentation, I aim to read some generic troubleshooting stuff. You mean
Right.
if so for some people who are newcomers to Microcks and don't understand the full architecture and so on. So I think that's where we may have pointers to specific detailed documentation on how things are supposed to work. But all the things related to troubleshooting specific setups on AWS, on DocumentDB, on Atlas DB for MongoDB, and so on. I would much more expect to have this within the community meetings, and within each and every section, we initialize some troubleshooting stuff for AWS. I think we have the same kind of stuff for Azure. So this is where specific troubleshooting is expected to land, I would say.
Yeah, and a nice one for MongoDB where we.
Yeah, I think I completely agree this part.
Yeah, exactly.
All
So,
right.
yeah, that's my opinion at least. But
Yeah, but
let me know what you think. Yes.
it's a very important topic, and it's clear that and decision that that we made on that is to have a clear demarcation point between Microcks core engine, core feature, let's say sharing what we are testing, but also clearly express the fact that for deploying Microcks at scale, production ready, with all your specificities within your organization and so on, that's part of the community effort. We would like your help, especially to share with the others, because it's going to be too much work for us, we think, so far. But if there is anyone within the community who would like to take the lead on that, there's a community repo for this purpose. And that's the way we decided to manage so far. But doesn't mean that there's repos, there's documentation cannot be, enhanced. And we can add, our latest cutting edge Kubernetes distro, whatever, inside. And also the way to deploy on cloud, because a lot of adapters are doing that. It's something that we think need to be described within the community repo. Okay, but please, Pratik, keep going, because you're asking good questions and you're pushing all of us to think about it, or rethink about it, and that's good. So we don't want to cut, let's say, your ideas and say that will not accept PR on this topic. No, please.
No, please do so. Yeah, I think there is a lot of additions to bring within the existing troubleshooting guide. And also, I think we also need to put much more links between, let's say, the official troubleshooting guides or the generic troubleshooting guides and these community efforts in the community repo about specific troubleshooting stuff. So yes, typically reworking on the troubleshooting guides is an excellent idea to think about this and how to make people's life easier when looking for setup informations.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cool. All right, thanks a lot for that, and we'll keep going based on your issues, PR, and anyone, by the way, would like to contribute to this effort. I mean, improving the documentation and let's say the let's say the adoption curve for Microcks, more than welcome. That's very important. We also have Destiny in a call. Can you hear us, Destiny?
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
How's everybody?
Hello.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we know each other already, but feel free to introduce yourself and tell us, I mean, what you are working on. If you are already evaluating using Microcks for your activities, feel free to share, let's say, what you would like or what you can. More than happy to discuss and introduce you during in front of the community, let's say.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I've joined the call once. This is my second time. And also started using for testing my clocks out. And I'm particularly interested in the documentation, like improving documentation. That's also the CLI. So, and those are like the two parts I've actually looking to. But yeah, hoping to contribute more and improve.
That's cool. Very cool. And thanks for that, and thanks for your interest on the project. I mean, more than welcome. And as we said for Pratik, I mean, share any ideas or any improvement you are thinking about. There's room for improvement in a lot of, let's say, corner of Microcks and also in a core product. So more than happy to have some contribution like that.
Definitely. I'm always excited to add something in new or interesting part.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
And
I think I missed that. I think we recently shipped 1.13 version, if I'm not wrong. Like I wasn't active too much this month.
sorry, say it again. Which one?
Like we recently shipped version 1.13, right?
I'm
Yeah,
not
I
sure.
think the 1.12 was recently shipped. I think that like the latest update.
Latest update.
Okay, latest update. All right. Regarding the product itself from the community.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good, because that's what we're gonna move forward on. To share some of the latest, let's say, news and information within the community. We have had, as usual, let's say, quite a lot of activities these days, or the late weeks and months. And maybe before we start digging further on, some technical aspects and so on, we can also share and promote, by the way, new adopters, because we just recently announced, I mean, just today, the fact that the GSMA is now an official public Microcks adopter. For the one who don't know GSMA, it's a big organization for some of the, I guess all, or at least a big part of the biggest telco mobile provider in the world. And they have selected Microcks to provide a sandbox, an API sandbox for developers based on the camera network APIs. So that's a very, very nice use case. We are clearly very, very happy about it. And it's something that we have, let's say, that has been initiated close to 2 years ago. So that's a good example of, let's say, what Microcks can bring within this type of organization, which are highly complex. And also their use case is really, really completely aligned with, I mean, what we think that Microcks is doing well, mocking and testing. So it's just to share that, and it's share on social. Don't hesitate to like and share and help us to amplify. That's also a very easy but nice way to contribute to the project by helping the community, let's say, to gain in visibility and to project to be well recognized. That's important, and that's also important for the project because we are a CNCF project. And as we are on a way to move from sandbox to the incubation level, that's the type of metrics that is very, very important for in order to level up within the organization. All right, so by saying that, that was, let's say, the good news regarding new adopters. Regarding blog post and so on, you have missed Adam, Laurent, at the beginning of the call. You'll see during the recording, he joined just for a few minutes. He has been able to introduce himself a little bit, the fact that he's working for Dojo, and we share his very nice contribution on blog post on Google PubSub, which is really, really giant. And especially we are looking forward all, let's say, the new ideas and features he's thinking about. That's very, very cool. So that was Adam blog post. And maybe Laurent, you can share also the great blog post that you shared today and that we have started to promote as well on again a mocking, but very related to mocking, but also a very, very important topic.
Yes.
Would be opinionated, but I mean, we sometimes we need to be opinionated as well. So
yeah, so just published that yesterday. So we talked a lot this last month about providing sandboxes or service. That's the GSMA use case. That's what I also talked during the DevOps event, for example. And we also get complaints about mocks because sometimes building mocks is complicated. Mocks does not really fulfill all their promises. They are unrealistic or they are breaking things and so on. And so I wanted also to explain the different way of building mocks. And for that, I illustrated this using two different team topologies and two different way of managing things between API providers and API consumers. So typically, the situation where it's the API consumer that is building the mocks versus the totally opposite situation where the mocks, the datasets, the examples are provided by the API provider, but they can be also enriched and contributed back to the provider by the consumer and so on. And so I wanted to get these two extremes positions and explain the pitfalls you have on one side and all the benefits you have on the others. Yes, just to give people some useful thoughts on where to go next, where you are currently, what is your current situation? Are you closer to the team 1? Are you closer to the team 2? And what could be the different actions you can take as either an API consumer or either an API provider to improve things and to allow people to get the full benefits from using mocks. So yeah, it's for the moment, it's published on Medium. We'll see if we will do another version for publishing it on the Microcks blog post. But yeah, so I put some I post some messages on the social networks today. So yeah, feel free to read it, to send some feedbacks, depending, yes, if you feel that it's representative of your real life situation or not. Let me know.
Yeah, and I think, as you said, Laurent, an important point, it's clearly, I mean, a way to express what we think is, let's say, not going to say good to do, but could be good practices. But it's also very, very important to understand that it has been confirmed by some of the biggest adopters of Microcks. I mean, the one who have started with a very strong consumer code-first approach and so on. As soon as they are moving to more production-driven approach, more contract-first approach, I mean, they clearly have all the benefits of using Microcks at scale. And when we are saying about benefits, we are dealing about winning a lot of time, a lot of money, and also being much more efficient from a sustainability and green IT objective for some of them. So that's very important to let's say to share that, and because we are, let's say, a tech community, but sometimes it's also important to remind that the people who are using Microcks, they are using it to sort out some pains and improve the situation.
Sure.
So that's very cool.
Yeah, exactly. And the goal here is not to do finger pointing. It's just to say, hey, it's normal. Transforming your practice is a journey. So you'll start day zero, and then you're improving step by step. And yes, you just achieve more benefits the way you're going, and then you decide to stop where you want. But yeah, it's just about improving stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, so feel free to reach out and to relay on social networks as well.
And nice blog post in any case, Laurent. That's a very important.
Thanks.
So what else can we share and discuss today? Maybe what we are cooking for the next release, or some point on which we are doing some investigations.
Yes, maybe it's a bit early to talk about what will be in the next release, because we just released 1.13.2, but I can certainly share important topics we are investigating at the moment. And one thing that is really close to my heart, and that is, the main thing I'm working as today, is this issue, that is how to adapt our repository branching strategy. Because we saw in the past that attracting new contributors is not an easy thing. And if in top of that you have, let's say, a complex branching strategy, it's way more difficult to receive PR and to get well-formed PR, let's say. So previously we were working development branches for the different versions, and we are now checking, exploring a different way of doing things, and maybe moving back to a trunk-based development approach, where all the development will go on the master branch of the Git repository, and when we will manage things differently for things that are supposed to be more stable, like, for example, the Helm chart or the Docker Compose file. I know that a lot of people are retrieving the Docker Compose file just by Git cloning the repository. So it's quite easy, but at the end of the day, they should receive something that is stable. So yeah, we try to manage both, and to try different things. So typically here at the moment, today I was playing with the way we can package Docker Compose resources as an OCI artifact so that people wouldn't have to git clone the repository, but just directly put the reference of the OCI artifact to retrieve everything from the Docker pool. So this is a different way of doing things. We have not yet experimented this in the past. So yeah, trying new stuff to make contributor life easy. So if you have experience on that part, on OCI artifact, for example, for mchart, for Docker Compose, or automation or experience on automating stuff for publishing on website automatically to maybe have a dedicated section of the website for static stuff that can be retrieved easily for easy setup and so on. Just yes, get through this issue, and yes, let me know what you think. Let me know what works best for you, what you have maybe seen on other repository, on other projects, and yeah, what we could take as inspiration to improve stuff for the contributors.
Definitely.
Yeah, Harsh. Hi, Harsh. I saw that you're just connected.
Hi, Harsh.
Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Harsh.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. So I saw you commented typically on this one, and I think we are getting closer to your proposition of moving to a trunk-based development. So still some stuff to investigate regarding OCI artifacts, but yeah. Feel free to reach out, feel free to get through to comments, to send thumbs up or thumbs down if you think we are exploring wrong stuff, but yeah, let us know.
Yes, sure. Yeah, I saw the trunk-based development for the Argo CD, and I got it is a good strategy, so that's why.
Yeah, cool. And so for the moment, so I've tried to put the Helm chart into an OCI artifact, and that's okay. But now I have to play with the same stuff with Docker Compose and OCI to see if it's possible to also embed different files, different folders within the OCI artifacts, and how things are working that way. So if you have some experience, let me know if I can, speed up things and get faster. It will be nice.
Yes, sure.
Cool. And maybe also something we are investigating at the moment. So I don't know if you have talked about this topic with Adam at the beginning of the talk.
No, that's a good way to introduce, and clearly you're gonna come back during community meeting. I hope that you're gonna be able to explain, let's say, everything behind this idea and new proposal as well.
Yes.
We can introduce it, yes, clearly.
So I will try not to spoil Adam ideas, but yes, he did a great work, but by investigating this new topic or this topic of async API, we are not implementing at the moment. So it's about request reply features, and this topic is quite close to another investigation I started years ago. It was 2 years ago, about how to implement OpenAPI callbacks, OpenAPI webhooks, and how to introduce some kind of links between synchronous operations that we may have on some mocks and asynchronous operations on some of the mocks. And so these two topics are quite related because with both of them, we have to think about how to extend the existing domain model of Microcks. That is a quite generic domain model for representing service, operation, messages, and so on. And so we are trying to find some synergies here, to not reinvent the wheels between the two different topics, and trying to find some accelerators for both of them. And so today, I think I finally started to draw something that looks like what could be the target, thinking again about the way we are modeling messages here on the top right, the way we are modeling exchanges here on the bottom in the center, and how we are linking all the things together. So next step for me is to write some things, put everything into the GitHub issues, and have a follow-up on the discussion with Adam and all the guys that already contributed to the discussions.
Yeah.
So typically, I know that there are some people in India that are working in the payment industries, and they are they have a lot of interest on everything related to callback, because callback is typically the way you interact with payment service providers. So yeah, I hope I get nice feedbacks on these different ideas and how we could implement things.
Yeah, and on this point, Laurent, you're right. I mean, we have had interaction with people who are looking for callback webhook for their own, let's say, application and usages. Unfortunately, they have not contributed back, or at least move forward on the way to brainstorm on this topic. But here, by joining both, the async world and these features which we are missing, I think that could be a very nice way to, let's say, to improve that and maybe sort it out for both of us. Both of
Yeah,
them.
sure. Yeah, so let's see how the discussions will follow up with Adam and all the other folks. But probably this will be the big things in the 1.14 release of Microcks. Because, yeah, obviously, introducing all of this will probably require not to break, but to have, let's say, substantial additions to the existing model and APIs. So probably it will be in 1.14.
And we will advertise that more broadly, because that's clearly some changes on which we need a lot of tests, especially from the people who are using EDA and async API today, I think.
Yeah, obviously, yes. So I think that's the most important stuff that I have on my plate.
Yes, something, maybe one point
Yeah.
we can highlight, because I feel it clearly deserve it. It's all the work that Sebastian is doing on Microsoft ASPI.NET, because
Yeah.
unfortunately we really, really love all the work he's doing on the topic, and we think that it's amazing and giant. But we really would like and will appreciate to have feedback from the Microsoft community, .NET community. ASPI is amazing, and what Sebastian is doing is really, really, really great. But please join the effort. Tell us what you think about it, and let's move forward on that, because I have the impression, I don't know, Laurent, if you think about me, but Sebastian is moving really, really well, but more or less alone today, and that's not good for him.
Not really alone, because we have another contributor that is from Microsoft in the Azure team. So that's quite nice to have also these new contributions and the other point of view on what we are doing. But yeah, of course, we are expecting way more feedbacks. And just to summarize what Sebastian is doing, maybe one thing we can go back on is this reference documentation of the different features that are implemented in the test containers modules. And we have updated this page. Yes, it was a few weeks ago, and you can see that yes, now the .NET columns, the .NET module that is managed by Sebastian is actually in feature pairing with all the others. And so we have updated. We have added new lines, come this ability here to have debug log level, to use secrets for loading remote artifacts, to have Google PubSub here, just in green, thanks to Adam's contribution. But probably it's coming in the .NET world as well, because Sebastian is also very motivated on this part. And aside of this test container stuff, he is also maintaining the Aspire stuff as well, and is doing a big push on Aspire. So Aspire is not yet here. It will, for the moment, it has its own way of representing things. Yes, here we have the same tables, and you can see that it's doing pretty well. So we are just missing a few things about AWS or Google PubSub support in Aspire, but yes, we already see a lot of green checks right here.
Yeah, and if everyone from Microsoft would like to add, as a async API binding the Azure message queuing,
yeah,
that's open as well. And if you can unlock the situation and help Sebastian, feel free to do it, please.
Yeah, sure. So I think actually everything, all this green stuff here will be really available when we will release the 0.2.0, because for the moment we just have done one release, that is the 0.1.0, and it was mainly to check that we were able to release. But we are close to the release of the next one. Let me check. Yes, it's some documentation updates, this kind of stuff, but we already shipped a lot of stuff in the 0.2.0. Yep.
That's great work. Yeah, cool.
And that's it.
Yeah, I think let's say we are close to the end of the community meeting. I don't know if you guys have anything to add, but I think we covered our latest news, goodies, and the thing we are working on. There's plenty of others, but feel free to check the issues and follow up on GitHub, please. Otherwise, I think that's good for today, except if someone would like to add anything.
Yeah, feel free. We still have some minutes, or if you want to ask any question.
I just want to clarify one thing. We have an issue open on CI. I have opened it, if you remember, Lauren.
You mean an issue that would be open on?
CI. It is on Microcks main repo.
Let me check. Maybe
I guess it depends on the CI/CD pipeline, right?
No.
Yeah, it is related to CI.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah. That one, yes, the one I forgot to get the yeah. Let us explain. Yeah. So if you want to introduce this issue to share to everybody.
I just want to clarify one thing. As we are planning our branching strategy, right? So we should pause, block this for a while, or I should work on this.
No. I think you. I think you can keep going on this one, because typically you suggested ideas that that are out of the scope of the branching strategy. So typically checking how many AI generated content we have in the PR is a very good thing. Flagging the PR for reviewer is also a nice thing. I think we could do more on automation of the different automation on how to set labels, for example. As of today, setting labels is something that is very manual. So maybe we could find some smart things to do right here. And so, basically, yes. So if you want to prototype stuff, please follow up on next ideas and so on. So I think we have very deterministic stuff, like, for example, signed commits or bad formatted codes. This one can be easily guarded using pre-commit hooks, and that's what I've done last week. But regarding automation, regarding AI detection, all this kind of stuff, yes, please suggest improvement, and we are, yes, very welcome.
Yeah, and I think the idea, to add a label based on a score and so on, that's nice because it's not that too intrusive, let's say, because we are not saying that coding with AI is bad. We are just want to be maybe to alert the reviewers and maybe ensure that it's done, let's say, correctly in order to avoid to be poisoned by some AI code or anything like that. And I think to make it not as restrictive, at least to start with, by tagging stuff based on score and so on, is a very nice practice. And so practical leave us, but to keep going on that because that's a nice idea. It could be nice as well, I think. I don't know what you think, Laurent and Arch, and Pratik as well, on let's say some other open source or CNCF project who have added this type of features, because that's always very useful to see what the others have done, how, and what are the benefits as well. Exactly, on the previous topic regarding what you said, Arch on Argo CD. That's a big project with a lot of maintainers and contributors and so on. So the way they are doing things is clearly a source of inspiration for us.
Yes.
So,
So like the thing, like on this part mostly, yeah, maybe we can improve on these things like we for the AI based reviews for the CI. We can like check the AI generated code and all. It is like a nice idea. We can work on that part. Apart from that, maybe we can already we are working on this branching strategy, so which is also in the checklist. And then like I'm not sure about the next topic which we should work on, but yeah, we should find that we should find this inspiration basically from where we can get and in which direction we can move ahead.
clearly. Good. So Pratik, please keep going. That's valuable input again.
Yeah, absolutely.
So any other points or comment or other issues that we may have forgot to check? Because I can tell you that it's happened pretty often. Sometimes we think about it, but sometimes we forget. So don't hesitate, to nudge us sometimes. I've been able to push a blog post. Oh, by the way, we didn't discuss the blog post that we have put online on microcks.io today. We'll advertise it, I think, next week, but we didn't share during this community meeting. Do we still have time to do that, Laura? Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to share my screen again? Yeah.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. Up. Yes. Let's do that. So
really
yes.
quicker than me.
This was Adam blog post about Google PubSub, but we also welcomed Andrea's blog post. Andrea is from IBM. Is the contributor of the JavaScript scripting engine that is embedded into Microcks. So typically, yes, he wrote a blog post to introduce the dynamic mocking using JavaScript dispatchers. And so typically here you have some explanation on how to include and how to use this new JavaScript dispatcher, and basic examples on how you can create a script and execute a JS script using Microcks. So yeah, typically it's way more an introductory blog post on this feature, but yeah, sure. Andreas also updates all the official documentation on the JavaScript engine. So feel free to have a look at it and to reach out. So I remember that in the latest release, maybe not the 1.30.2, but 1.30.1, we We bring some enhancement to the JavaScript dispatchers as well, because all the different APIs we had on the Groovy one were not implemented in JavaScript, but I think now we have the feature parity with the Groovy script. So it's really nice to be able to use GS. Many people know how to write GS, and it's really nice to use it instead of the Groovy one.
Yeah, and that's a very nice contribution from Andrea. And for the one who are thinking about, okay, but that's cool, but why? I mean, one of the big diff, if finally by using JavaScript within your dispatcher script, you can use them in the Microcks native image.
Yeah.
So completely by using the shift left approach, which is not possible by using Groovy scripts. So that's,
Yeah, exactly.
that's a very, very big enhancement. And previously when I was saying, don't hesitate to push us, nudge us when we forget something, I just would like to apologize to Andrea, because this blog post was in an issue we had last summer, and that was under my plate, and I just completely forget to review and work on it. So sorry for that, but as I said, don't hesitate to push us, not just, and never surrender, please, because that's very valuable.
Exactly. And by the way, thinking about it, Yassine, I think we could also update this blog post, just so that here we wouldn't use the regular image of Microcks, but the native one, so that this would absolutely demonstrate the benefits, because you can have best of both. You can have, let's say, the fast startup and the reduced memory footprint of the native image, and all the dynamic stuff that brings the JavaScript engine. So it could be nice also to update this one, and now that the native image is really stable, just switch to the native one here.
Yeah, absolutely.
My 2 cents.
We have added a sentence on the fact that it's run on, that's the only way to run it on all the Microcks images, but by changing the example could be way better, you're right. Excellent. All right. Any other topic or points, folks?
No, not really right now.
No? Cool.
I think from my side also.
All right. So that's just perfect. Thanks a lot for joining us, Arch and Pratik. Really happy to have some folks with us live. That's really appreciated. We don't feel alone. That's cool.
Yeah.
And thanks for your support and all the contribution you're working on. That's very cool. So see you in 2 weeks for the next community meeting. The next one going to be 29 already. So time is flying. That's cool. And enjoy the rest of your day. For us, that's going to be the evening now. And thanks a lot to everybody, and chat with you soon then.
Yeah. Have a nice evening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice thing. Bye.
Bye.